Hi, Cameron here from Fishbowl Events. We're here with Julia Hammer from Julia, an Austrian psych band. They've got a new album coming up later this year, so it's their fourth release, the follow-up from Dark Skies, their 2019 album. And Julia's just here to tell us a little bit about the upcoming album. First of all, can you just tell us a little bit about Julia and the act?
Hey, Cami. First of all, thanks for having me on your show. Well, Julia is a solo project of mine. I started it in 2012, and I do psychedelic rock music. I produce my own songs, and it's more on the mellow side of psychedelic. So it's not really hard rock music, but more mellow, happy, relaxed sound.
Yeah.
And I come from Austria. I live in the very west of Austria, federal state of Vorarlberg, it's called. And I released my first album in 2013, and then uh, subsequently I found a label from Vienna, Austria, who said we can imagine releasing vinyl with your songs. And then I did two albums with them and one EP. And yeah, a new album is coming soon. And in 2016, I started playing live also. So I got people who helped me with playing shows, helped me playing my songs live. And we played some shows now, quite some shows. And yeah, that's about it.
Cool, awesome. So yes, you had a new single out then on Friday. It's called Snake, and then you've got the new album coming out. Can you just tell us about the album and
Yeah.
when we can expect it?
Yeah, I'm very busy now at the moment with finishing the album. Um, Always when you release on vinyl, it needs this extra time for having the vinyl printed, and so there's a deadline until you gotta finish everything. So I'm working on the last three songs at the moment, and then I will do some music video and stuff. And yeah, I would say it is my Corona album because most of it came up during the Corona time, and I didn't plan to release it in 2021, but I had so much time making songs, and I had very good progress in the last year. So I thought, why not? And regarding the sound, it's I try to go back more to the mellow kind of sound because I think that has been working best in the past. So uh, on the last album, I tried to be a little more rocking, and I don't know if it worked out so well. I just thought go back to the formula that works best. And yeah, it will be very mellow, dreamy, kind of surfy kind of stuff, and try to experiment a little with new sounds. I have lots of percussion this time, but not too much new things. So for the listeners who like the sound, that it's not a total, yeah,
Oh, cool.
everything new. So yeah,
Yeah, and I have listened to the new singles. That's sounding really good as well. So I really enjoyed that one. And was there any
thank you very
difficulties
much.
when any difficulties with recording because of coronavirus or anything like that?
No, not at all, because since the beginning, when I started to make music, I record everything at home. So um, the only thing I don't have is drums here, but apart from that, I have everything I need here. So modern technology provides you everything you need. So you don't need expensive studio. And I have found someone who mixes my music, Jason Shaw, and to really give it the final touches to sound really good and professional. And so for me, there were no difficulties
Oh,
since I always work like this.
yeah, that's great. And yeah, no, Jason Shaw's a name that I think will pop up a lot because he's producing a lot of music, particularly in sort of psychedelic stuff over the last year or so. So yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's
he's really a wizard,
yeah.
and it's very pleasant to work with him. So great
Oh,
guy.
cool. Yeah, yeah. Oh, excellent. And again, in the UK, because of coronavirus, we've pretty much sort of stopped most gigs. Anything has been very socially distanced and not really any festivals at all. Has that been the same in Austria, or how have live music been in Austria?
Yeah, that's pretty much the same here. So we have no events at all at the moment. So everything is on pause. We are right now in another lockdown. In the summer, there was a phase from I think July till October. There were some shows happening, but with where they had only with seating places and with the masks and with the distance keeping and all that stuff. I think everyone knows all that stuff. And in summer there was a festival here, big festival. They adapted to the situation, but of course it's not the same when you sit there and you cannot stand up, you cannot dance, and you're required to sit only on this place. Well, but it's better than nothing. Well, yeah, and now is another lockdown, and no one really knows how it's going on, and how long it will go on like this. Let's hope for the best.
Yeah, well, hopefully things can start moving forward and we can get live music back at some point soon. So apart from the new album, what are the plans for this year?
When the album is finished, I guess I will then concentrate more on the live show again, to get that running, because I had a long pause now in playing live, so I don't I'm not routined anymore. So I'll start with that again. And at the moment, it's a little, well, if you don't have a goal to work upon, then it's, yeah, don't really feel so much motivation. And I hope when the album comes out, we will have some kind of goal again, so that we will know, will there be shows again. And one thing I'm looking forward to is the Psychberg Festival in Berlin. It should have been taken place in 2020 in June, and then they moved it to June this year, and now they moved it again to autumn. That is something I look forward to, and I hope it will be, take place, and hopefully other shows too. So big dream of mine is playing abroad, playing shows around Europe. So I'd be very happy if that's in the future coming.
Cool. And that Sightberg's a sort of, if I've got it right, that's the sort of idea of a festival that's moving from city to city.
That's right. Yeah, and the first edition is in Berlin, and
Yeah.
they have the plan to make it a series, so in different places. Yeah, very cool concept, and
Yeah.
I'm honored to be part of it.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Cool. And if, I was wondering if you've got any top moments or any top moment that you can think of as an artist.
Mm, well, playing live, well, you hear that very often, but if there's a good audience and a connection to the audience, that these are top moments. And because I'm a person who is very much into thinking and worrying, and I have difficulty letting go and just living in the moment, but there have been some moments when I felt totally in the flow, and could switch off thinking. And I remember one time at a show, the audience was moving. That's always a good sign when people are dancing and moving. I like that very much. And one of the people, they put a cowboy hat on my head while I was playing a solo, and that was just such a nice connection with the audience in that moment. Yeah, there have been a few moments like this, and other highlights for me are always when people message me from around the world, when they write private message and tell me how much they like the music, and they thank me for, yeah, creating the art and motivate me to go on. And these are very happy moments for me, and yeah, it gives strength and motivation to go on. But because sometimes everyone has little doubts and stuff, and yeah, that is,
Yeah.
yeah, one of the top moments, I would say.
Cool. Yeah, it's very hard as a musician trying to get that. So I guess any feedback and direct feedback like that must feel great. That's cool.
Yeah, especially now. So without any live shows, then you're dependent on the interwebs and the social media.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it has advantages and disadvantages, but yeah, you can reach the whole world. So I've always been a fan of the internet and finding like-minded people, because psychedelic rock is not so, it's really a niche kind of genre. And here, this is very rural area here. There's not so much subculture, or there is a little underground scene, but not too many people. So I really enjoy connecting over the internet with others who are into that kind of music.
Oh, cool. Yeah. It's really like internet, like Facebook and Twitter are great ways to sort of, meet people and find different people into like psychedelic music in particular. Which is, it's great.
Yeah. There's lots of groups and bands to discover, and it's amazing.
Yeah. I spend lots of time looking for things like that for new bands and new music and things. So it's great. And yeah, well, what is there anything that you've been listening to recently? Any recommendations that you can give me at all?
Yes, one thing I do quite often is I let Spotify just make its stream, and then I discover new bands, and I discovered lots of cool stuff with this method. And one amazing band I found is called Orion's Belt from Norway, or I believe it's called Orion's Belte. They have an E at the end of their name. I'm not pretty sure how it's pronounced, but they have a really cool sound. And then I discovered a band called Nice Biscuit from Australia, and another one called Traffic Island, also from Australia, I believe, but I'm not sure. So Traffic with a K.
Oh, okay, cool.
Written with a K. So really good stuff out there. And of course, I hope one day I can see them live.
Yeah, cool.
Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah, I think there's been quite a lot of sort of good sort of garage rock or like psychedelic stuff come from Australia recently, because I think there was a few like small bands that I've come across and have been Australian, that sort of more mellow like yourself sort of psychedelic stuff.
Totally. There's so much good stuff coming from there in the last few years. So I really like this sound, and it's influenced by their, I think the weather there and the feeling of life there. So I have some kind of romantic picture in my mind about Australia. Oh, I want to live there, because for me it's so sad that we have no ocean here. So I'm really dreaming about that. But it's Austria and not Australia. Gotta live with it.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah, they've definitely got that sort of, I think, a similar sound to the sort of California sort of surfy psych sound coming out from there, I think, which is quite
exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for speaking to me today, Juleah. Everyone, you can please go and check out Snake. This is the new single, so that's on, I believe, all streaming services at the moment.
Yeah, it's online everywhere, also on Bandcamp, but it's not on my own Bandcamp, but on the labels, which is called Concord with K. But apart from that, it's everywhere now available.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much again, Juleah. And we will play a short clip of Snake as well.
Thanks for the invitation.
Thank you. We'll just play a short clip at the end of the video for Snake, but do please go out and check that out.